Alright, so here we go with a new version of the kit deck I've been playing. I've ditched the source completely, and so it's not so terrible anymore. Anyways, so to the game. The deck is this one. So while my opponent wants 1 second here, we'll wait. So what am I running? Actually, I've forgotten already. So it's standard kit with Parasite Recursion to make sure, try to keep it around 1 ice per server. And one of the things that I found I always had trouble with was having a form of HQ attack in chamber. So I've added Vamp. I've got no idea how it's going to go, especially against NBN, so let's find out. So I do have my Gordian, a Data Sucker, a Dirty Laundry. This is excellent, I think. This is an excellent starting hand, so I'm definitely going to keep this. Depending what he plays, I'll probably end up going with prepaid voice pad into a Dirty Laundry run on RD or HQ, whichever one. Prepaid basically needs to play 2 events before it pays for itself, and 3 events to become profitable. There's a lot of events in this deck that do cost a bit of money, so having them out early is super good. Okay, so he's installed a card, 1 layer deep. So I could start the Vamp attack right now, but I mean it's maybe a Sansan, maybe something else. So we're kits. We definitely want to get in there turn 1. We don't want to let them rush, especially since we got lucky with the Gordian Blade. So if I install prepaid, Data Sucker, and Gordian Blade, that's too many clicks, I think. So I think we'll have to take a hit on a Data Sucker for now. I'm going to install prepaid. Dirty Laundry is hand, hopefully not run into a snare. So that'll be 2 clicks. 3rd click install Gordian, 4th click run there. And then if it's a snare, well then I lose the game. But NBN, let's do it. At least I'll have my Gordian now and I won't lose the Gordian. Okay, so he's running shipment from Sansans. Not too big of a surprise, I guess. Now, if it's a snare, I lose the game, but I shouldn't be that unlucky, I think. He does have the money to pay for it. In fact, if I want to be 100% safe, I could have not played the prepaid, and that would have made it safe. Strength, Okay, so it's a 0, so I'll break it with Gordian Blade. This is the Jackson Howard. I can afford to trash it, but at least it wasn't an Astro script. So in fact, that was a really good move by him to res that, even though I could get through, because the one it would cost me, this would happen. And now he's back in business. He's way ahead in money. So an aggressive first turn, we're going to need to recover from that. Toolbox is definitely not what I need right now. Sure gamble? Maybe, but I'm sad I can't afford to play. So now, I'm wondering if I should... Let's draw again. Maybe we'll get lucky. Not really what I'm looking for. So I'm going to click for a credit so that I can click for a credit again next turn to play the sure gamble and catch up. Which is about the worst feeling in this deck, but that's not the end of the world. So already thinking ahead, I know my first two collects are probably going to be gain a credit, place or gamble, so then I'll be at 4 cards. I want to keep going through my deck, so I don't want to draw again. That's like a 3rd or 4th action. And since I'm not planning on running, I think I can safely just draw first. That way if I draw into Dirty Laundry or something like that, it'll be useful. So this guy is got so many cards. So your card R&D interface. This is going to be good eventually, but not now. If he has a Sand, he can install and res something, but that would mean he'd have to have an agenda in his hand. So let's go with the current plan, which is draw, place or gamble. And I really do want to make a run in his hand. I'm just disappointed I can't have Data Sucker, because I should have 2 tokens on it if I didn't play so aggressively. But hey, MBN, so we'll run the hand, make sure he's not holding on to anything funky. And I've got enough money to trash anything. And boom, there it is. There's the Astro, I score it. So that's super lucky for me, because this is probably a Sansan. And I don't know, playing this piece of ice in front of his remote instead of his hand was pretty risky. This took some major balls to do that. Alright, so enough about balls. Let's talk about our next turn. Sorry, I thought he did something. So next turn I'm probably going to want to install Data Sucker and run. That's part of like my last action. Okay, there it is. He's using the... Oh, if he has another Astro, I may just laugh. This will be funny. Oh, shipment from Sansan? Yeah, I knew he had that. Oh, Gi Hands. Okay, so Gi Hands I'm not really worried about. Now my only issue is I can't really leave him with a Sansan out there. I need to destroy it, and that's going to cost me a lot of money. So we'll draw like we always do. Dirty Laundry. So I'm going to go Data Sucker, Dirty Laundry his hand, and then I'm going to run this remote here. I'm going to be able to outspend him on the trace. It's going to cost me... Oh, I could install a toolbox out of nowhere, and then the trace wouldn't cost me as much. I think it's more important to start building up Data Sucker tokens, and maybe I'll snipe something from his hand. So let's go with that. We'll install the Data Sucker. We'll just bombard his hand. Okay, so he's got an Enigma, so one of his cards is dead. Oh, now I'm wondering what I want to do for my next. I really want to get rid of the Sansan. I think the safe play is to get rid of the Sansan. It's going to cost me quite a bit of money though. Alright, so let's go with the safe play. Draco. So he's got double Draco out, which means I need to start digging for my Parasite. So that'll actually help. So total of 5. Okay.
I'm addicted to the thought of you, and I can't imagine being all alone. I'm dreaming of you every single night, and I caught fire deep inside, so deep in love.
Okay, so now we're both broke, which is an interesting situation. And he's going to choose to draw cards. Okay, Beanstalk lets him recover. He could have just Gia hand for that, but whatever. So sorry, we didn't think about turns, so we definitely want to draw. There's Clone Chip, but there's no other useful cards here right now. I really need like an economy card, so none of these. So I think we're just gonna go with classic. I'll install Clone Chip. I'm gonna run his hand just to build up data sucker tokens and see what he just Jackson Howard did into. So Caduceus, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a sentry. It really needs some link, so I think, you know what, against it in Vienna, I might want to actually rush out this toolbox. So drawing like that was super aggressive, and whoa, there goes paper. It was super aggressive, and now I'm in a position where I'm basically screwed because if he threatens anything, like I can't even react. Okay, so he's just gaining money. So I think I'm going to draw and gain 3 credits is my plan. Okay, so there's my MO. This is good. Sadly, I don't have a modded yet, which is really impressive. So I'm just going to gain 3. And I'm going to spend basically the whole turn getting ready to play this MO, which is going to take forever, but worth it. So I chose to discard, basically, the problem with Toolbox is that it takes too long to play. Okay, he's decided not to do that. The problem with Toolbox is that it takes too long to play. So I do have mem chips, and I do have about like 8 memories worth of programs in there. So I have both, sort of like the mem chips are the easier build up to the toolbox. But because I've decided to prioritize getting toolbox up just for the link strength, I think I can ditch my mem chips. I can always levy them back as well. So if I look at my next like billion turns, it's gonna look like credit Magnum Opus, and then Magnum Opus for a whole turn, and then toolbox. Like, it's gonna take too long. All right, so he's bringing back Beanstalk, Sansan, and shipment from Sansan, and he's installed the card. Okay. So I'm gonna have to let this one slip, whatever it is. So I will draw. Self-modifying code. Useful, but not what I need right now. So now, I can further slow myself down, or I can let this one go and try to go big for money. So I'm gonna go for money. Advance, advance, advance. I advanced twice? Really? I'm very confused. So does that mean he has a 3-pointer there? Okay, he's chosen to advance it a third time. Okay, so, interesting. So, maximum he can do is get it to a 3-pointer Beal.
I got sick this morning. A sea was storming inside of me.
So if I draw a card, gain 6, I'll be at 6. Then the next turn I can go to 10, play toolbox, gain money, and this is brutally slow. Hopefully, self-modifying code. Not what I'm looking for. So I'm just gonna gain money now. Alright, so it's a 3-point Beal. Not the end of the world. That was a good window for him to do that in. So if I draw a card and get a modded, I can be lucky. If not, I can still click for get to 10 and then toolbox it. Alright, test run. Also not what I need. So then I'll stick to the plan. Okay, so finally, I've got toolbox out. So this basically means now that I can be super aggressive because runs cost me 2 less. I've got 2 Link, which defeats Draco by default. I'm pretty sure I've got quality times in this deck. Yes, I've got 3 of them. So, my card drawing has been very sad so far. Okay, so simply because he's threatening something here, I think I'm gonna click for 6 and run. It's Toll Booth. Okay. So he's gonna Tracy's gonna dump his 2 credits in it. Base strength of 2 reinforced by 8. Okay. Do I want to go to... No, I can't even. Okay, well, that's fine. I'll just run. Now, unless he has like a shipment from Sansan, which he does. Oh ho! There it is. That card's pretty good. Oh, it's a breaking news. Okay, I thought it would be like something dangerous. Okay. Ooh, close accounts. Now you have no money. So I'll click for 4. Install R&D interface and run R&D. He's got no money to pay for snares, no money to res the thing. Score an Esther script, boom boom boom, and an ice wall, leave it there. Right, so he's drawing into an ice wall right now. So install this, install self-modifying code, click for 4, run R&D again. Because that's probably the ice wall he just put down, so. Yeah, so there it is. Score the breaking news. Leave GLC there. So interestingly enough, none of my resources have come into play and enough to be useful, I guess. So there's GLC. He's looking at a card that I haven't seen yet, which is always scary. So you know what? Now I think about it, this MC was... Oh, well, I guess I can hold on to this for a fem. So that's not actually that bad. So we're just going to keep doing the same thing. We're going to... MO. I'm just scared of his closed accounts. So I'm going to try to run on click 3 here, and if I hit nothing good, I'll remove the tag as the last. So, bringing back... Getting Parasite's going to cost me 4. Bringing it back again is going to cost me another 2 with Clone Chip. So let's just gain. Yeah, we'll gain. Then we're gonna run R&D. We're just gonna relentless assault. So for 1 credit, what could he res? He could res another ice wall. If he does, I kind of want to go get my snowball. I think that's playing it really risky though. I hope my internet did not drop. Oh no, he's there. Sorry, children call. Pop-up window, thinking. So what's interesting about that is that that doesn't consume the kit bonus. I don't think it does. Alright, gonna take a quick trip to the BGG forums here. Get that runner structure or time structure. Structure overrun, text version. Alright, so if we bring you guys back in, we see comprehensive version. Approach ice can be rezzed. Runner encounters. Okay, so encounters at 3. Yeah, so I come in, approach item was paid ability can be used, check out. So the ice is rezzed, then I used paid ability to bring in Parasite, kill it, so then the ice is gone, so the rest of this just like falls flat. I'll have to post on the rules thread. Jackson Howard. Do I want him to get a Jackson Howard in his hand? Probably not. And score and win the game. Boom! So there you have it. I think that's a really interesting usage. I'd never thought about it until now, but if they... Because the condition on Data Sucker is you have to be encountering the ice. But if you don't use Data Sucker because it's a Draco or a pop-up window, you can kill it without consuming Kit's ability, which is actually really good. So that's super solid. The one problem I had, I guess, was not drawing into any moddeds for any of my gear, or a personal workshop to just like tick it in slowly. And I had to play super aggressive because it was NBN, but it still worked out in the end. I'm still unsure how I feel about Vamp. So I feel... Ooh, I'm sorry. I feel Vamp would be a really good card in a kit deck because if you just need the one run on HQ, you drain them completely out of money, and then all their servers are open to you, which means you're basically only making one run where you'll actually encounter ice. Oh, thanks Octagon. So if I bring back this, where's my Yeah, so you only make the one run per turn, which is how I think you should play Kit, right? Because you only get her ability. You only want to run once per turn, unless you can make it so that your other runs don't encounter ice. So here you would drain everything, and then hit a remote server and be able to get in unopposed. Pop-up windows are kind of a problem, but that's what I guess the Parasite's for, as we saw. But then again, so even though he had like a fully exposed HQ this entire game, the Vamp was not really ever used. I'm trying to think of maybe a different matchup that you would use it in. Because the problems also with, like, if you're running specifically a Vamp deck, is that you don't want to give them any chance to res any other ice except the ice on HQ. So that means that you basically, like, the way people live with Vamp decks is that they just sit on Magnum Opus the whole time with, like, their breakers ticking in on, like, a personal workshop or a self-modifying code. And then they run your HQ as soon as you threaten something. They steal all your money, they check your remote, and then I guess they bombard you with, like, mediums or something in R&D. So I guess Vamp is good against, like, a surprise server, but it's not good enough, I think. Maybe as a one-of, and then, like, I'm comparing it to, like, another form of attack you could have is Nerve Agent. Or you could have, you could even run an Escher. I mean, I think Escher would allow you to deal with remote ice anyways. Yeah, maybe that's something to consider. Because if you ran an Escher, you could cycle ice, like, onto servers you don't care about. Like, you make the one run on HQ.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think.
I don't
Like,
want to be an emperor. That's not
you
my
dump it on archives if they have archives.
I don't want to conquer anyone.
I don't know, that's interesting.
I should like to help everyone if possible.
Alright, so I'll give that a thought. But yeah, that was the Kit Augmented Vamp deck. The idea is you
We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's
you
misery.
can basically all your runs are augmented by prepaid voice by they're all events. So you have a lot of Maker's Eye
Can provide for everyone. The way of life.
and Dirty Laundry. Those are the only runs. Alright, so I take that back.
Sparing men,
And yeah, well, just being able to make runs that
men torture.
really mean something every time, because you only get to run once.
To those who can hear me, I say, do not
Efficiently.
despair. The misery that is
Yeah, so that being said, I think I'm going to try Escher in my previous games, but, like, if we look at board state here, for example,
human progress.
an Escher here would have been like, okay, I throw a Draco here, I throw a Draco on the end, I put Ice Wall, well, I didn't know that this was Ice Wall, right? Then I put Ice Wall back,
You are not cattle, you are men.
and then I pull out the Snowball.
You don't hate, only the unloved hate. The unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty.
Alright, so we'll think about that for next games, so please let me know what you thought, what could be improved, and how many times I missed him not paying for ice, etc., as you always do. And thanks so much for watching. Till next time.